this is Shetu. Today I am going to discuss about an overview of hypothesis, its role in research types and formulation method. Hypothesis is a testable statement that predicts a relationship between two or more variables in research. It provides a clear direction for investigation and is formulated based on existing knowledge, theories, or observation. They usually describe causes and effect relationship between a proposed mechanism and our observation. Like long-term alcohol use causes liver damage, a hypothesis should be clear and precise to consider it to be reliable. If the hypothesis is not clear or precise, the inference drawn on its basis cannot be taken as reliable. Role of hypothesis in research. Hypothesis guides research direction. A hypothesis helps define what the study aims to investigate, ensuring focus and clarity. Hypotheses contribute to theory development. Hypotheses play a pivotal role in the scientific method by providing a basis for testing existing theories. For example, a hypothesis might test the predictive power of a psychological theory on human behavior. It provides a basis for data collection. It helps researchers determine what kind of data to collect and how to analyze it. It serves as a great platform for investigation activities. It enhances objectivity. It prevents bias by requiring empirical evidence to support conclusion rather than personal opinion. It predicts outcome. A hypothesis allows researchers to make predictions which can be verified through systematic study. Method of hypothesis generation. There are two methods of hypothesis generation: inductive approach and deductive approach. In inductive approach, hypothesis is generated from observation, find pattern, and develop a theory. Like you observe that the sun rises in the east every day and you conclude that the sun always rises in the east. In deductive approach, hypotheses start with a general theory and move towards specific conclusion. Like you have a theory that exercise improves mental health. You then test this by studying people who exercise and test and checking their mental health score. If your result confirm this, your hypothesis is supported. In qualitative research, hypotheses are often based on social settings and specific characteristics observed in real life situations. For example, if we are studying the behavior of students in a classroom, we might hypothesize that students participate more actively in smaller class size. Observation-based testing. Through direct observation, we can confirm or falsify these hypotheses based on how students behave in different class sizes. In quantitative research involves statistical analysis to test hypotheses. For example, if we are studying the effect of sleep on exam performance, we might survey students and analyze their test score based on sleep duration. Hypothesis testing in this content helps us determine if there is a real relationship between sleep and academic performance or if the results are due to change. So we can say that in qualitative research focus on observing real life scenarios and quantitative research use statistical method to test hypotheses. There are two primary kind of hypothesis statement: null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis predict that there is no significant difference or effect between two groups with respect to the variable being tested. Like there is no significant difference between group 1 and group 2 with respect to X. An alternative hypothesis suggests that there is a significant relationship or effect between variables. Alternative hypothesis is directional or non-directional hypothesis. Directional hypothesis specifies the direction of the effect, whether one variable will increase or decrease in response to change in another variable, like higher level of education lead to higher income. A non-directional hypothesis predicts a difference between two groups with respect to the variable being tested, but it does not predict what that specific difference will be. Like there is a relationship between study hours and exam score. In hypothesis testing, there are two types of error. Type 1 error occurs when the null hypothesis is rejected when it is actually true. It means failing to detect an effect that actually exists, like a medical test wrongly detect a disease in a healthy person. And type 2 error occurs when the null hypothesis is not rejected when it is actually false. It means failing to detect an effect that actually exists. A medical test failed to detect a disease in a person who actually has it. Hypothesis is formulated based on various sources including past research findings. Existing studies provide insight and data for new hypotheses. Personal observation, real-world experience and observation can trigger new research questions that lead to hypothesis development. Theoretical framework. Established theories is helping on forming logical and testable hypotheses. Current trends like social, technological, and scientific then inspire research ideas. Gap identified in existing literature, which is the most crucial source. Researchers analyze study to find inconsistencies and unanswered question or new research direction. Step in hypothesis formulation. First of all, we have to identify the research problem. Like does exercise impact mental health? Then review existing literature. Explore previous research theories and findings related to the topic which help in identifying gap and forming a strong hypothesis. Then determine the variable. What is the independent variable and dependent variable. Then establish relationship between variable. Determine whether the relationship is causal or correlational. Ensure testability and specificity, clear, measurable and possible to test using scientific method. Use logical and theoretical justification. Hypothesis should be based on sound reasoning and existing theories to make it credible. Thank you everyone for watching my video. Please like, comment, share and subscribe my channel.